Hello to everyone who isn't watching right now. Give me a minute. Let me see. 2. I don't even know if anybody's going to join this thing, so whatever. But doing it for fun and for things. I was planning on doing this. I'm just getting some. I'm gonna post the link in I don't use Facebook anymore, so I have no idea what the fuck. All right. If anyone's watching, I'm just sharing the link. No one's watching. Okay, I'm just sharing the link and stuff. I should have done this before, but I'm just fucking doing a thing. Is there wonder if this link. I don't know. All right. Let me just fucking do. All right. Put that in there. Then what was I doing? Oh. I can close this for now. Okay. All right. No one's watching, but I am doing the thing. Anyway. I'm importing some CDs while I do this also. It's only going to take me a little bit to do this. And it basically just involves putting a CD in and then taking it out and then putting another CD in. Yeah. So, and then making sure it gets the right album. Pulls the right album information. So yeah, I just wanted to do a little live stream. I haven't really been checking social media all that much. I only have, I haven't deactivated my Facebook yet. If I ever do, I haven't mostly because I started a business earlier this year, and I like to look at Facebook Marketplace for things. So, but the other day, yesterday, apparently the Israeli cabinet, whatever that means, voted unanimously to to completely occupy. I've heard a couple things. I've heard completely occupy Gaza City, which I don't know. I'm not. There's a lot of information that I've been filling my brain with in the last couple of years. So Gaza's. I've heard Gaza City. I've heard Gaza Strip. I'm assuming those are two different things. Maybe. And then yeah. So there's some links in the description. There should be. What was I gonna say? Oh, you can donate or whatever if you can or want to, or you should, especially if you haven't already. But yeah, there's also links for Sudan and what's the other one? Congo. And there are some other things going on. I have not had time to research those more, and so I have not included those. But I thought maybe part of this would be also looking into those things. I don't know. But yeah, because I also don't want to just be like looking at my phone this whole time. And I know I can share my screen and stuff, but like, I don't know. Like in my head, I'm like, oh, this is going to be like those political shows, and I'm going to pull things up and do the thing. And I'm like, and then actually thinking about doing it, I'm like, what the fuck was I thinking that was going to be a thing? And so, let me see, because I usually run into something pretty quickly when I'm looking at let's see. Okay. Oh, there's also stuff going on in Armenia. I don't know a whole lot about that, other than Azerbaijan is a fucking asshole, and to Armenia, and they want to like take over Armenia or something. Fucking. I don't see anything immediately. Oh wait, what's this? No, saw that already. That's interesting. Hold on. I gotta replace the CD. Actually, I should tell you what these CDs are. I'll do it as I go. So this is the one that I just finished importing onto my computer. It is the Barley Juice Irish Collection. It is, I think the way this works is it's just two of their albums, which is A Night at the Pub and The Morning After. I do not know anything about this, but they were called Barley Juice. So, I had to get it. And then let's see. The next one I'm going to import. So there's two different CDs in that last one in the collection. And then I got this one. all the best Irish drinking songs from when this get released. There's no date on this. Huh. Is this a book? No, it's just all right. There's no date on this, so I don't know when it came out, but I'm assuming that it was 80s, 90s, based on some of these other ones. I'm not sure if the barley juice one says anything. This one seems newer, but yeah, I don't know. So yeah, and I'll show you the other ones as I go along. All right, let's get rid of that. I don't need that anymore. And the air conditioning is like not. I'm like fucking sweating. I turned the AC on so I could wear this thing, and now it's not working. Of course. But this is an interesting thing. I'm gonna mispronounce this, but apparently in an interview with the founder of the Islamic Resistance Movement, which is Hamas, stated in a 1999 interview that Israel would no longer exist by 2027. And his name is Sheikh Ahmed Yassin. Like I said, mispronouncing that, so whatever. Israel was established on oppression and the confiscation of land. Such regimes are destined to collapse. I affirm openly that by 2027, there will be no entity called Israel. He explained his view by reference to the Quran. The Quran teaches us that nations go through major changes every 40 years. The first 40 years after Israel's establishment were what I call the catastrophe period. The second 40 years were defined by the Intifada, resistance, struggle, and confrontation. In the third 40-year period, God willing, we will witness the awaited end. Well, based on what I know, I think I have to take this off because this is, I think also because of the light. You can see how shiny I am. Oh, I got through. I was wearing it for like 15 minutes before I had to take it off. Yeah. For some reason, it's really warm today. Like, I wore that a couple other times. I'm like, it's not even that hot outside, but the sun is brutal today. Like, I don't know what the fuck, but yeah. So, anyway. Yeah, so based on what I know, 2027 seems to be a very good, because Israel was officially founded in 1948, I believe, or 47. So that's 50, 75, 78. Yeah, somewhere around there. So almost 80 years it's been. So yeah. And I guess I'm assuming because Zionism began in the late 1800s, I believe. It was around for a little bit. I'm not an expert on this stuff, so if I get something wrong, don't quote me on anything I say right now. Do your research, because I could be misremembering, or I could have seen something that was wrong, and yeah. So, what was I doing? Oh yeah. Let's see if there's anything else on here. China calls for arrest of Netanyahu over war crimes in Gaza. I mean, some of this stuff is coming a little late, I would say. Because like it's been going on for nearly 80 years. And then the last 2 years, 22 months, 21 months, has been apparently there's that was from the other day, a protest in Japan. Also, government is kidnapping people right now, so that's also fun. It's like we can't have like one bad thing; we have to have like all of the bad things. And you'd think people would be more upset about having to go to work, having to. I know a lot of people I know are not. I mean, they're doing okay, but I know a lot of people that are not, that are struggling, struggling, and people who are like, if anything bad happens, they could be not necessarily homeless or anything like that, but put them in a little thing. So it's ICE is now the most highly funded, has the largest budget of any United States department. And I think that's through like 2028 or 2030 or something. They passed that law. Or maybe it was in that big, beautiful bill or whatever. I don't know. But that's also a thing that people should be talking about. And a lot more than they are, I would say. A lot of the stuff I like is the like screenshots of things that people post, and this is one. Americans are just like Israelis. They are so brainwashed by their society's self-congratulatory sense of supremacy that they can't grasp the possibility that they live under an evil system or that they themselves have become evil people, which is also something that's not like easy to deal with. Because like you grow up, you're told lying is bad. You're told like what's that saying? Do unto others, whatnot. And then you become an adult and you learn that like every single thing that you know is bullshit. and some people realize that and they start trying to unlearn some of the things that they know or were taught, and then and some people don't. Some people are just cool with shit that's going on. This one is the Jolly Beggarmen, the very best of Irish rebel songs. Had to get that. This one is 1988. With such classics as Rifles of the IRA and Johnson's Motor Car and Boys from the County Cork and Rising of the Moon and Black and Tans. And I thought this said banana strand, but it says Banna strand. Shall my soul pass through old Ireland? Foggy dew. Yeah. Oh, good. That sounds fun. I also got a record. I got one record. I went to a couple of like estate sales and yard sales and stuff this morning. The first one I went to was amazing because it was the estate sale was last weekend, but today they were having like a clear out day, and I got a shitload of stuff that I have been looking for work / my business, and they were basically giving it out for free. I did give them more money than they were asking me for, because I am like that, because I'm not a reseller. Resellers are the devil, and that's another thing to be mad about. If you like to go to thrift stores, resellers are the reason why all the shit at thrift stores are like fucking too much money. Oh, I should say, I'm drinking a Happy Hour by Peak Organic. A 6-pack of this, 16-ounce cans, was $10 or $9.98. Yeah. So, just to mention something else, I was planning on doing this for like hours, and I don't think I can do that, because originally I was like, oh, Katie's not home, so I can just be on the internet for 20 plus hours. But then I was like, and so like I went out this morning. I got plenty of beers to last me all night into tomorrow. And then after I got home, I gave the cats their dry food. And then I was like, oh, I have to feed them dinner. And then I have to we feed them 4 times a day. We give them wet food in the morning, dry food in the afternoon. We give them wet food for dinner. And then we give them a little bit of dry food before we go to sleep, because they're assholes and they always want to eat food, always. And they're spoiled is what it is. And what was I saying? And yeah, so I got to feed the cats. I got to feed myself. I don't have any snacks. I forgot to get snacks. Plus, I don't think you want to be on here listening to me chew pretzels or whatever. But yeah. And I think that's all I was going to say about that. So yeah, so I was going to do at least a few hours of this, I think. Talk about things. I was thinking about maybe playing some songs. I was originally going to do this on my laptop so that I could be out on the couch and stuff, but I haven't used my laptop in so long that I forgot the password to my laptop. And then I was like, oh yeah, I don't have anything I need on this laptop, and for a reason. And I was like, okay, I'm not going to do it on my laptop. So I am here, and I am doing a thing. Also, if you haven't gotten a keffiyeh yet, you should get a keffiyeh. They're very they're like giant bandanas, kind of better material. Well, I think most of these ones are 50%. All of these were made in Occupy Palestine, and I think all of them are 50% cotton, 50% polyester. Polyester is just plastic. Anything that isn't cotton or wool or anything that is not plastic is plastic. It's just called a different name because it's made a different way, but it's plastic. It's a petroleum product. byproduct. All right. Here's a book recommendation. I don't know if you guys like book recommendations. The 100 Years' War on Palestine: A History of Settler Colonialism and Resistance, 1917 to 2017, by Rashid Khalidi, Rashidkhalidi, and that's the 100 Years' War on Palestine. Yeah, because everyone's calling it like the Israel-Palestine conflict or whatever, Israeli-Palestinian conflict, when really it's just Israel is just an evil. It's the whole its whole existence is basically what happened in the United States. People some people don't like to make that connection that literally Israel is what the United States is settler, colonial. I don't know. Yeah, you want to call it a project, you want to call it a empire, whatever. Let's see. This is about Sudan. They call it Africa's Forgotten War. After Sudan's 2019 revolution ended, 30 years of Omar al-Bashir's dictatorship, hopes for democracy were high, but power was shared between the Sudanese Armed Forces, SAF, and the paramilitary Rapid Support Forces, RSF, a militia with roots in the Janjaweed? I don't know. Janjaweed. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Or maybe I pronounced it correctly. I don't know. Infamous for atrocities in Darfur. It's so weird. Sometimes I can say things in my head, and then when they come out of my mouth, I know I'm not pronouncing it right. Oh, what the fuck happened? Oh, there it is. In April 2023, their alliance collapsed, igniting a full-scale war. Over 12 million Sudanese have been displaced in Darfur. I feel like I'm saying that wrong. I don't know. There's too many things I don't know how to pronounce in here. Targeted ethnic killings have taken place against the Mazalit people. Again, pronunciation is, don't hold me to it. Crimes that human rights groups say could amount to genocide. Entire cities like Nyala and Wad Madani have been emptied as civilians flee violence. Sudan holds Africa's third largest gold reserves, vast farmland, and strategic access to the Red Sea. And I don't know any of this stuff. I found this post and now I'm reading it. So I'm learning too. We're learning together. It's great. Vast farmland and strategic access to the Red Sea. The RSF profits from gold mines in Darfur, selling to markets in Dubai while receiving weapons from foreign allies, including support traced to the UAE via Libya. UAE is apparently very fucking bad. Meanwhile, Egypt and other regional powers back the army. This is a war fueled as much by outside money as by local rivalries. The UN warns that Sudan faces the world's largest hunger crisis, with 26 million people in food insecurity and nearly 5 million at risk of famine. Markets are destroyed, aid convoys blocked, and farmers driven from their land. Hunger is being used as a weapon. That is definitionally genocide. Despite being one of the world's largest conflicts today, Sudan receives a fraction of global media coverage. There are no viral hashtags, no daily headlines, and with silence comes impunity. If you forget us, you help destroy us. Yes. All right. This CD is done, so we're gonna. That was a good little thing. All right. And the last CD I got today was from the Gerard Scholz Band. German beer drinking songs. I covered the band name. There you go. This one's from 1990. I also got a record that is also German songs from it's like supposed to be like beer hall songs or Oktoberfest songs or something. Oh wait, or was this one this one was the Oktoberfest thing. I think the other one was like songs you would hear if you went to a German beer hall or whatever. Recorded live in Germany. So it's the real deal. Yeah, so there's lots of bad things going on in the world, and we should all be holding ourselves accountable and each other accountable for whether we are complicit in these things or not. Yeah. Also, another reason why I'm probably not going to do, I was thinking maybe I would do like 2 or 3 hours and then stop and then maybe come back later or do a short one tomorrow, because I am now unmedicated, which I feel better. All the things I was experiencing while on those meds, something went weird with those. So feeling good right now, but I also don't want to take it for granted. Whatever the word I'm trying to think of is. I just have a pile of CDs on my feet. So if you just hear like cracking and stuff every once in a while, it's just me knocking into them. Let's see. Netanyahu is mobilizing all forces toward Gaza, emptying bases of armored vehicles and military equipment, even reserves, risking a major security disaster. Good. I hope they get fucking... And this is let's see. I mean, there's so many things going on, everybody. Like, I know everybody wants to just be like, oh, but it doesn't affect me. But everything affects you. You know, like all the people who voted for Trump this time around, and now they're losing their Medicaid and shit because they didn't think it would affect them. Like, everything, if nothing is affecting you now, it's 100% going to affect you either in the near future or at some point. And you know the saying, first they came for the fucking things and then whatever. And I read or watched something the other day that said the first people that when Nazis came to power in Germany, the first people they went after were the communists. I think the thing I saw or read had like a number attached to it, like, oh, there was this many people imprisoned or killed, or whatever it was. Like, I think people forget that, like, it was a Jewish Holocaust. I'm not saying that, but there were other people who were exterminated in that. I just saw something yesterday. Over 10 million people were killed by Nazis. That's my last CD. I don't have any more CDs to import. So yeah. I'd play you some of these songs, but I don't know what the copyright on this stuff is like. I don't know if they'll ding me or whatever. Katie is not home because she is seeing My Chemical Romance tonight with her sister. So that's why she's not here. Let's see, what am I drinking next? Should have fucking got a glass. Would you guys be mad if I disappeared for a minute? Shit. The one thing I forgot, and that's what sucks about it, not having someone here and not having anyone else on the stream, because if I walk away, this is all you get. You just get this without me, which arguably could be better. You could argue that. So, well, it looks like no one is watching right now. So I am going to walk away and just grab a glass, walk away quietly. I'll be back. 2 seconds. I'm coming back shortly. I knew it. I saw there was one watcher. I knew it. Anyway, I know I showed you that first beer that I was drinking, but I need to work on my posture. I was doing really well for a while there, but I got out of it. And now I got it. Anyway, I showed you that first beer that I had, but I'm not doing any of that. Do I want water or do I want tea? I'm gonna go tea. Yeah, because I have seen zero breweries, zero beer people talk about this stuff. So kind of just don't give a shit. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, I might review that beer in the future, maybe. Because also, like I said, I don't know if I'm going to be able to access my YouTube account at some point. Because I am not. And you can bet on this. You can put money on it that I am not giving YouTube or any other company I am not submitting my photo ID to them. So this is pretty good, though. Also, another reason why I don't want to go for too long today is because I went to the funeral of my one cousin. Yesterday, and I don't think I did a lot of talking, but I did more talking than I usually do, and my throat was a little wonky this morning, so, and still is. Now I need water. So yeah, I'm doing most of the talking, not all of the talking. I don't know if anyone's going to join. Don't know. Don't care. I don't know. I think people are gonna. I think most people are going to stay away from this because most people have stayed away from this. So, I mean, it's not all going to be this. It's going to be. I don't really have room. I think I said this already. I don't really have room to pull out my guitar. So I don't think I'm going to do any of that. Excuse me. So let's see. Let's see some. Let's see if I can get up some other. Breaking. Oh, as of yesterday. Putin tells the U.S. he'll halt the conflict in exchange for eastern Ukraine. And it shows a map of Russia and Ukraine. And I am assuming that the yellow parts are what Putin wants to stop the conflict. And those parts are, I don't know if anyone's familiar with the geography of Ukraine. I am not, so I am just looking at this. The yellow parts are Crimea, and then I know I've heard of the Donbass region. Donbass? One of those things that I've heard, and I know how it's pronounced in my head, but coming out of my mouth, it doesn't sound right. Donbass region? I think that's what it is. So yeah, which is Donetsk and Luhansk. I don't know if I'm pronouncing those correctly, as with pretty much everything. Thinking of how big a news of a news story it would be if a small town couple was starving their children to the bone. They'd be sent to prison for life and people would be disgusted. But when Israel does it to an entire nation of children, no one seems to care. Yeah, for some reason. Evidence of Israel using biological warfare by infecting food aid with toxins to facilitate ethnic cleansing. Egypt pays half cost of Gaza war to Israel. Cost of Gaza war, 300 billion shekels, $81 billion. And then the Egypt's contribution through that gas agreement, 35 billion, which equals 43% of cost of war. So yeah, roughly 50%. When you realize all over Africa there has been multiple Holocaust level events by Western European countries that absolutely no one knows about. Yeah, that's a thing that I'm learning too. It's just like, it is absolutely fucking like, and I can't remember what that thing is that not the I'm not sure what that word is. It's not the one where what is it? The more you think you know, the less you know. Forget what that one is. It's like the something theory or whatever. It's the one where or maybe I'm making it up. I don't know. I thought there was a condition or whatever where people who are like, I don't know, I'm not even sure how to articulate it. But maybe it's not maybe it's not a thing. Maybe it's just a word that describes it, but not like an actual like condition or whatever. But I know there's something where you're like, people are, yeah, I'm not even sure how to articulate it. Let's see. When, now I'm losing it, and I don't have the thing up anymore, so I can't even like refresh my memory. Because it popped into my head when I was reading it. And I don't know, just people are comfortable. Just if people are comfortable, they're just comfortable, and people are not. Well, now I'm just talking, so I'm not trying to figure out a word or whatever. But people don't usually go looking for things to ruin their day, kind of. Like, if you're comfortable, You don't, I mean, obviously there's like, you can watch the news, but if things aren't in the news, and I'm guilty of this too, like if things aren't in the news, you don't usually go looking for like, what's the worst thing that's, you don't go to your nearest search engine and just look up, what's the worst thing that's happening in the world that no one knows about? Or the top 10 things that are going on in the world that no one is talking about. Whatever. Yeah, you don't, people don't typically do that. But yeah. So I don't know. Yeah. That first. So let's talk about something else for a little bit. So that first estate sale that I went to today had, literally had. I'm trying to think of everything I got because it was a lot. Because they were like, "Oh, all of this stuff is free now, so you can just take it," because they needed it. They needed it out of the house by a certain time today, so they were just like. And then by the time I was leaving, they were like, "Oh, there's a bunch of free furniture if you want it." And there were two things I wanted. I couldn't fit there was a desk and a chair. And I couldn't fit the chair in my car. And I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm not going to hold it, which I should have. But because I did get back in time. But they were like, we're leaving at 4. So if you're not here by 4, don't hold it. You got to be back by 4. And I was like, I don't know if I'm going to be back by 4, even though I was doing this at 4:30 and the place is literally like 4 minutes away. I was just like, I don't know. Well, mostly, I didn't know if I was going to get everything out of my car in order to get that chair. Really, is what the thing was. Because I got back plenty of time to do this. Yeah, so we have a storage unit, and I went to that place. Then I stopped and got something to eat, drank, whatever, and then went to another estate sale. I stopped at a random yard sale that I saw signs for. And then actually after that yard sale, I went back to the estate sale that I was just at to grab something else because they were leaving at whatever time, and there was one thing that I wanted, but it was a little too much money. But I went back because I was like, oh, I can get it cheaper now. It was for Katie. I got it for Katie. I got some things for Katie today. It kind of sucks that she's not here because I think she would really enjoy the things I got for her. So I was like, perfect. Timing was perfect. I did that. I left there on my way back to go to the place down here, or no. After that, I went to the storage unit. I dropped all the shit off in there, or most of it, and I'm gonna take my van over there at some point and just fucking organize everything. And then I came back. I stopped at the liquor store to grab some beers. Then I swung by that house, and literally as I'm pulling up, there's a truck in the driveway with the fucking chair in the back of it. Like, fuck. So then I just came home. But yeah, so I didn't get a new desk chair because I'm trying to get a smaller chair for this because I realized I got some amps. I got a guitar amp and a bass amp behind here. And the fucking, I don't know if you can, whoa, see that? See that's the attic right there. It's really in a fucking miserable spot because it pulls down this way. So basically, you can't have anything like from the edge of this chair back to the door. And yeah, so I'm trying to get a smaller chair than this so that I can move those like back a little bit or something. I gotta get a smaller chair so I can figure out how to do this. They also had a really cool desk. And I was like, well, if I go back for the chair, maybe I'll just, because I found some ratchet straps. So I was like, I'll just fucking put it on the roof. And I'll come home, do this for a little bit. And then tomorrow morning, I'll throw something over it. And then tomorrow morning, I'll go drop it off at the storage unit. And then I saw the chair in the back of the truck, and I was like, yeah, whatever. Not gonna worry about that because the chair is the thing that I wanted. But yeah, so that's fun. Now you're gonna watch me put some stuff on this. I don't know if I really showed this. It's a Palestinian sunbird. I'm not sure what kind of flower that is. But also I think I learned that I am, of course, allergic to some inks because this is supposed to be healed and it does not seem to be fully healed, but it's been I mean, I guess there is. I think it might just be that this is a sensitive spot of the body, and that maybe it's just taking a little bit longer. Because ever since I got this, I've been having some weird things going on with my other ones. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know if I'm allergic to something, some of the inks, but it doesn't seem to be. Because the first thing that started happening was on this one. I was getting bumps all in it's green in here, all the like the like the TV itself and the legs are green around the outside, and I was getting bumps all in there, and then I was getting bumps all in the it's like I don't know if it's pink or reddish, and I was like, oh great, now I'm finding out that I'm allergic to these things. But then on this one, I was getting a bunch of bumps. I put some steroid cream on this. They went away. Then I was getting bumps in this one, which is just line work. It's black. Put some steroid cream on that. Fine. And now I have bumps in this one. I don't know. And it's only this arm. It's only been this arm. At least that I've noticed. Well, I've noticed because well, not really in this one right now, but in this one and this one, itchy as fuck. So I don't know if it's allergic reaction or what, but but yeah. Oh, Can I see? Let me see if I can share my screen. Hold on. Let me, because the guy who did my the Hibber tattoo on my leg just put out some new flash yesterday. All right, so let me see if I click that. No, I don't want that. So how do I? Oh, this share screen. Select window or screen. Man, it's not letting me do it. All right, hold on. Let me just go back to that. Or maybe it's because I was on that. Hold on. Share screen. Select window. No, it's not letting me. Okay, so never mind. I was gonna show you something. Actually, I'll put the. I'm gonna. Actually, I'm not gonna put it in the chat. I'll put it in the. Actually, if I have my laptop, I could set up a different thing and then have that. But I don't know if I would be able to share the screen on that either. So I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, I was going to show you the Bailey, who Needle Fox is their artist name, who did this. It's in a weird spot to like share on screen, but that's why I was hoping to do it from my laptop, because then I could like adjust it a little better, but whatever. It's a gazelle with an olive branch, and it's amazing. And so yeah, if you look up Needle Fox on Instagram, it's Needle Fox with a 0 instead of an O in Fox. And then Jenna, I think it's J-E, or not J, it's G-E-N-N-A, and I think that's Jenna, I think. Did this one, Jenna M. Howard. She has a private studio called 9 Lives in Brooklyn, which, if you're a beer person, it's like, it's, I don't know, it's like 4 or 5 blocks from the OG other half. So go get a tattoo, go grab a beer. Easy. Actually, I'll put all their information down in the why don't I do that? And then this one. I love this one. This was done by Kalatu. Kalatu? I don't know how she pronounces that. Actually, maybe I can give you a better. No, that's on the inside of my arm. But yeah, I'll put these are all Hibber tattoos, so I know some people were doing differently, like 100% of everything was going to Hibber, Hibr. I think most of the other I think the ones I did, like 100% of the tattoo, some of them were scale. So I know like, for example, for this one, and actually that one too. This one. For example, this was 300 to 500 sliding scale, or 350 to 500, something like that. Sliding scale. I wasn't sure what this was, because we both forgot about this until I was done with this one and ready to leave. And then I was like, oh, wait, I wanted this one. And then Jenna was very nice. She was awesome. Definitely recommend. And then what was I saying? Oh, so I don't know exactly how much this would have been, but I think based on how much that was donated, I think all in with deposit and everything, I gave $750, and I think $600 was because I think max for this one was $500, and then I think max for that one was $700 or $100 rather, and so I think that's what the $600 that was donated, and then everything else went to her, cover expenses and whatnot, tip. And I know that's how this one worked. This was $350. I gave $4 because I didn't ask beforehand about how it worked. Because I thought at the time, I thought everyone was doing 100% everything. So I was like, oh, let's give an extra $100, extra $50. Yeah. So $350 went for this one, and then $50 went to her. I don't remember what I paid for this one, but it was for the quality and the speed that it took to do this one. It was ridiculous. It was a ridiculous price, and I think I gave extra. Actually, I could probably look it up right now. Let's see. Yeah, so I think it was This one was for... This one was $450, I believe. Because I sent $425, and then I gave... I gave him some cash, so yeah, for tip. So yeah, so that's some information on those. I'll put I only put the links for the things in the description from starting this, so I'll update the description after I'm done. Yeah. So, anyone want to talk about anything? What's going on? Thought I'd have some interaction, but nobody wants to touch this stuff. I understand. I don't understand, actually. Let's see if I can. Let's see. See if I have any more interesting posts to read. Posted 7 minutes ago. Over 466 people in the UK arrested for carrying "I oppose genocide, I support Palestine action" words, which carries prison time of up to 14 years. Because I don't know if it was already a thing, or if they're considering it a thing, or if they just passed the thing that saying you support Palestine is a form of terrorism or a terrorist act or something, some shit. So, yeah. Here's one for the common people. The reason we don't have Medicare for all is both parties are owned by giant insurance companies. The reason we don't have a Green New Deal is both parties are owned by big oil companies. The reason we don't have world peace is both parties are owned by the defense industry. So yeah. And then, yeah, more absolutely devastating shit. A bunch of... There's a bunch of Democratic members of U.S. Congress in Israel right now, apparently. Whatever. Don't like fucking people. Like, that's another thing. I think I was talking about it before, and I think I got distracted, or I went in a different direction than I was planning on. And that, like, every single person should be mad, because every time it's like, oh, we don't have money for healthcare, we don't have money for this, we don't have money for any of this. And like, the United States has given Israel, like, I don't know, like, I feel like it's somewhere around $100 billion so far, and that's, I think that's incorporating like money I think that's incorporating like weapons and ammunition and like all the other shit that we give them. And tax, like all of us, we go to work. I know I said this. I don't know if I finished this thought specifically. We go to work, we pay taxes, and then instead of getting anything for those taxes, it all gets put into the ICE budget, the fucking defense budget. It goes to Israel, and Israel has free healthcare and free education and all this. We don't have those things because we pay for those things for Israel and for people in Israel. And fucking, I think I could be remembering this wrong, but I could be remembering this wrong. But I'm pretty sure settlers in like the in the West Bank, which, by the way, they're killing and they're killing Palestinians in the West Bank, and Hamas was supposed to be the whole thing about this, and Hamas isn't in the West Bank, so like it's fucking just absolutely just absolute nonsense. I know there's a worse, there's a better word for that, but oh, excuse me. But I don't know. Excuse me. Also, I know I said I'm not showing you any of the beers I'm drinking, but I'm not drinking anything fancy anyway, so it's not even like, it would have been hilarious. Would have been hilarious to do this and be like, oh yeah, I'm just drinking this whatever beer, and then at the end I just fucking list all the fucking giant whale beers that everybody wants all the time. I'm just like, yeah, I just grabbed a few beers for this. Let's see. I chugged that beer pretty quick. It was good. It's good. I think and the one thing I hate about the United States is that in reference to beer and such, is that there's certain styles that traditionally are a certain ABV. But like in the United States, breweries have this thing where they're like, we're doing this traditional style, but it's like 2 or 3 more. The ABV is like 2 or 3 more percent. It's like, you don't have to do that. Like, especially if you're doing a traditional style and it's for people who like traditional styles, they're not gonna give a shit about the ABV. They want that style. Or maybe they do. I don't know. I have fucking no idea. I just live here, unfortunately. What do I want to drink? Oh, shit. Maybe I'll do that towards the end. I just remembered I found a 2023 base Ralpheus, and I have another bottle of the 2024 base Ralpheus, and I was going to drink those together at some point. Also, I was like, I don't know, if you do check out some of those links and donate some money, if you could just put it in the chat, that would be cool, because it would be nice to know. Or you can even, if you want to send an email to 93lumber@gmail.com, or if you know me personally and you want to let me know that you donated, you don't have to tell me how much. You don't have to tell me how much. I just would like to know if this is doing anything, because like I'm seriously annoyed at myself for kind of, and I do this all the time, my brain, anxiety and depression and shit. Sometimes I just think about doing things for fucking years, and then like years later I'm like, shit. And that's what happened with this. I was like, I could do stuff, doing things, gonna fucking whatever. And it took me so long. And I think it's because like 2 months after October 7th, fucking Brittany died. And that fucked me up for a while. And I think I mentioned this in one of my videos I did recently. Like, that fucked me up for a while. And then I went on these meds. And they were helping with some things, but they weren't doing what I needed them to do. And I think that the fact that they helped me a little bit was like, oh yeah, these are really doing something. Not even thinking that, oh wait, actually, it's not doing anything. And I'm going to take these out, because I just realized I don't need to have them in. Because I don't have to listen to anybody. I just have those because like the air conditioner's going and the fucking neighbor, whatever. So like, there's a lot of noise usually around here. I think the neighbor got into like an accident or got COVID or something, because his one truck hasn't been here, but apparently we think it's his brother. The other day he apparently came and picked him up or something. So it seems like he's home, but he's dying or something. And his one truck isn't here. So I don't know. Maybe we'll the house goes up for sale soon. Maybe we'll just move next door. We don't have any money. We don't have money to buy a house. But whatever. So yeah. I was gonna pick a beer. Yeah, this one. I'm drinking the thing that made me go on that little rant before. It's a shandy. I could talk about this without giving you the brewery. Shandy. Or maybe I'm thinking of a Radler. Maybe I'm confused. I don't know. It's 4.5%, but I thought Shandies and Radlers were. I know Radlers are supposed to be like 3%. Shandies maybe not, but I thought Shandies were still supposed to be like 4-ish rather than 4.5. it also really makes me annoyed that people call anything like for anything like above 4.5 a session beer. The session beer should be sub 4.5, in my opinion. Ooh. I'm not sure if that's immediate heartburn or not. It's very citrusy. I don't think it is. Oh, maybe it is. It's good though. It's good. So let's see. What else can I talk about? Go check out the links in the description if you haven't. I know nobody's watching this. One person's watching it. So here we go. Oh God, what is this? I feel like because there's been weird things going on with Armenia and Azerbaijan as far as, and the one thing that I really don't like about the United States is like it seems like everybody acts like they're like the what's the final voice, the final what's the word, the final, I can't think of the word on stuff. So I think this is the president of Armenia and the president of Azerbaijan at the White House. This is posted by the White House and on Instagram, the White House account and the president of the United States account. For more than 35 years, Armenia and Azerbaijan have fought a bitter conflict that resulted in tremendous suffering. They did not fight. Azerbaijan was literally just like firing to Armenia and stuff, and I don't know a whole lot about that, but I do know that part. I don't think Armenia was. I'm not sure if Armenia was fighting back at all. Many tried to find a resolution, and they were unsuccessful. With this accord, we finally succeeded in making peace. Oh, that's a that was a, no wonder why it was worded like that. That was a quote from Trump. So he man, Trump does not look good. Like, I don't mean like in he just looks like he's in pain. Like, kind of like what they were doing with Biden. Like, oh, after he dropped out of the race and stuff, we found out that he's had cancer the whole time. It's like, why? He's an old white guy. Just let him die. Just let him die. Why are there so many old white people in the government? It's fucking ridiculous. Though apparently even the non-white old people are not that great who are in the government. Oh God. What is this? It's a video of So hold on, let me look to see what. As president, my highest aspiration is to bring peace and stability to the world. Yeah, I'm sure it is. Said every U.S. president ever, and then they did the opposite, or are doing the opposite. I'm not saying this is a bad thing for Armenia and Azerbaijan, but also I don't know what this is. I don't. So this is a video. Armenians had mixed reactions to an expected corridor deal between Armenia and Azerbaijan. The plan calls for a U.S.-administered road through southern Armenia that would link Azerbaijan with its Nakhchivan. I don't know how to pronounce that. Territory to the west. I don't like that at all. I don't like it. I don't even know what it is. No. Oh God. I just got a sponsored. I have to show this to you. I don't know if this is a. Oh, it's from a design account, and somebody designed a Tesla that is like a cargo, not a cargo van, a passenger van. So it has like seats like fucking let's see, 3, or back one might be 4. So 3, 6, 9, 13 plus 2 in the front. 15 person passenger van. Except it's like it's seating room only. So I don't know if that's good, but all right, let me get out of that. Let's MERS stops arms delivery to Israel. Breaking. Germany halts exports of military equipment to Israel that could be used in the Gaza Strip until further notice. Yeah, this is huge. Yeah, because Germany has been like the things I've heard about Germany over the years about how they have monuments like in the United States we have like Confederate monuments that were put up in like the 60s or 40s or whatever it was. But Germany has actual like monuments to like not the losers. So not the Nazis. But with this Israel thing, they've been Nazis, and the police are being Nazis in Germany. So it's kind of big that Germany is not doing that. I mean, it's a little too late now. They should have done it immediately, and that's one thing I'm trying to remember is that a lot of the stuff with all these countries and stuff coming out now, it's like, oh well, you should have said something fucking 2 years ago. Really, we should have been doing this like 70 years ago, 78 years ago, whatever. You know, we all have busy lives and whatnot. UN experts today. Israel is exterminating the people of Gaza by any means and all means. By any and all means. How is this not newsworthy? Yeah. I don't know. Corporations are going to charge us for breathable air, and most of y'all are just going to pay up and thank them for providing it. Yeah. And that's the thing. Like, I don't know. I think I might have talked about this a little bit in the in one of my other videos. But like ICE agents are inherently fascist. Yeah, I think we can all agree on that. But not saying or doing anything about ICE agents is also fascist, because it's what's the word? It's not included. It's I'll go at it from another angle. It's a fascist system. So doing, and like I'm not saying anything to anybody about whatever, because it's kind of like it's kind of like there's no ethical consumption under capitalism. It's kind of that. It's there's no like everything under a fascist system, everything you do that isn't anti-fascist is fascist, whether you're saying or doing anything at all. It's so weird talking about this shit. It's like, I don't know. It's super weird. But yeah. So like, I don't know. I was going somewhere with that, but then I lost my train of thought. I think I was trying to. There was something I was trying to think of, and I can't think of it. Or at least not well enough to get into that. But yeah, so I really gotta stop, because every time I put my phone down, I close the app and I lock my phone instead of just putting it down. Syria's it's KIBQR. I don't know how to pronounce that. Nuclear reactor could possibly be restarted by al-Shara if Israel-Iran war resumes in September. Oh, it's Kabar. Up here it says KIBQR, but down here it's KIBAR. So I think it's Kabar. Al-Kabar nuclear reactor was bombed by Israel in 2007. Yeah, Israel, the fucking peacemakers. More stuff about an aid-drop parachute fell on 19-year-old Karamala Al-Khalut, probably pronouncing that wrong, as he was fetching water to wash his disabled father, crashing directly onto the tents of displaced families. He now lives in the intensive care unit at Al Baptist Hospital with a severe head injury, fighting for his life. His father says his only son was standing in line for water when the aid came down in a chaotic, uncontrolled fall. Yeah, so the aid that they're dropping on people, they're literally dropping it on people. And I've seen pictures of like A lot of the stuff in these A-drops aren't even edible. They are moldy and other things. London police being Nazis. Here we go. Here's some nice bullet points. Let's cut through by Peter Dow. I think I'm pronouncing that right. D-A-O-U. Let's cut through the bullshit. Israel is committing genocide in Gaza. Both the U.S. ruling parties have supported it. Western leaders have fully supported it. Corporate media has whitewashed it. There are absolutely no excuses for it. I agree with all those. You could probably add a few more things to that. Jesus Christ. Oh, that's a fucking ad. Get the fuck out of here. There's another flotilla. I don't know much about this one. I don't know. I didn't hear anything about wasn't there one that was going from somewhere and it was full of Israelis? All right. Here's a. Oh, this is kind of a long one, but I'm reading it to educate myself. Because also, like I said, I don't know about this stuff. So, and obviously I'm reading this from a thing. Could not be, some of it may be not 100% whatever. I'm just reading a thing. Why don't Arab or African countries truly support Sudan? Let's break down the silence, betrayal, and system that keeps it all in place. Here's how they profit from Sudan's collapse. Mega thread. Oh, yeah. All right. The mega thread. For centuries, Arab and African nations inspired to be like Sudan, powerful ancient pharaoh civilizations to influential pre-colonial history helped build Africa and Arab world. So they helped destroy it. Why? Because real support to Sudan would mean confronting very powerful global interests. And that's basically the that's a lot of the issues with a lot of things. Like it's like the United States has the most fancy military because the citizens won't be like, no, we're not gonna let you just give all the money to the Pentagon. We're just like, okay. Oh, that sucks that they do that. Oh, there's nothing we can do about it. Sorry. I don't know why I'm doing a Beer Patrol. Joe from Beer Patrol mocking himself voice. I don't know. I'm gonna keep going. 1956, Sudan gains independence, but Britain draws a new map and leaves behind a broken state. No economic sovereignty, a militarized elite, a colonial trade structure, apartheid between North and South. That's another thing that about Palestine that I learned. Even before Israel was a thing, Palestine was a British territory or colony or whatever the fuck it was called. I knew I found that out because I like collecting coins. I'm not as big into it as I used to be. Most of the stuff I get now is like not like Katie got me a couple things for Christmas, and it's just like I haven't put these in my safe yet. But it's Isle of Man coin, and she got it for me because it's got it's a preserved planet Earth. So it's got some elk or something on it. And then buying this goes to like support stuff. And then she got me like one that like had a Manx cat on it. Not silver. These aren't silver. Or at least I don't think they are. I don't know. I don't think they're silver. Anyway. So yeah. So the British controlled Palestine before it was Israel. Before it was occupied Palestine. It was occupied Palestine. Well, I'm not exactly sure how whatever, but I know the coins from Palestine were British mandate. So yeah. Anyway, I digress. Western power shifts from occupiers to power brokers. Arab and African elites upheld these colonial systems to ensure Sudan never becomes unified or stable. Sudan holds 80% of the Nile's water, yet Egypt controls 75% of usage. 1959, Nile Waters Agreement, brokered by Britain and U.S., gave dominance to Egypt. Sudan is punished when it resists. And that's the shit I'm talking about. Like, what the fuck does Britain and the U.S. have to do with Egypt and Sudan and the water usage? Like, what the fuck are we doing over there? There's no reason for it. Ethiopia uses Sudan's collapse to push its own water and land agenda. It builds $5 billion Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam, while Sudan's internal chaos prevents opposition. Sudan becomes unable to manage its own rivers and land. A sovereign Sudan is a threat to Zionism. Sudan hosted the 1967 Arab League summit that declared 3 no's: no peace, no recognition, no negotiations with Israel. For decades, Sudan supported Palestinian liberation. Oh, that's why the United States got involved. And hosted resistance movements. Need some water. Resistance movements. Israel responded with airstrikes in 2009 and 2012, claiming terrorism moving through Sudan. Sudan, with Red Sea access and Pan-African alliances, threatens Israel's regional control. Sudan is one of Africa's largest gold producers. Over 80% of Sudanese gold is smuggled. 1 billion plus in gold vanishes annually, mostly to the UAE, Russia, funding militias groups. No sanctions, no accountability. Yeah. So also another thing, because like I don't know if people have been paying attention, but as far as Palestine goes, Russia, North Korea, China are coming out on the right side of this. But in no way does that mean that, when it comes down to this shit, it's leaders. It's not people. We're all the same. We're working. We have jobs. We fucking like to do things. We have hobbies, whatever. But like rich people, oligarchs, and fucking people in power, like they're separate. So you have to remember. Sudan grows 80% of world's acacia gum. This critical ingredient is used in soft drinks, pharmaceuticals, and cosmetics. Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Colgate, Pfizer, L'Oreal rely on it. I'm pretty sure all of those companies are in some way. I think most companies are in some way Well, I think there's companies that are specifically like invested in Israel, and then there's some companies that aren't doing anything, but they're benefiting basically from it. But I know Coca-Cola, Pfizer is a fucking pharmaceutical company, so they suck. L'Oreal sucks, and I'm sure Pepsi and Colgate, even though I can't think of. Or is Colgate owned by someone now? I don't know. Anyway, 1997, U.S. sanctioned Sudan but exempt Sudan gum. Why? Because sanctions will weaken a country and force it to sell its own to survive. Sudan is world's breadbasket, more than twice the arable land of Nigeria and over 6 times more than South Africa. Hold on. I'm just going to look up what that means. Arable. Farmable. Cultivatable. Okay. That's what I thought it meant, but I have not seen that word before. So more than twice the farmable land of Nigeria and over 6 times more than South Africa. Saudi Arabia, UAE, Egypt, Brazil, China, Japan, Qatar, and many nations. Also, I know with Qatar, some people call it, I think the way it's actually pronounced is between Qatar and Qatar. I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's neither of those. I've heard people pronounce it in a way that isn't either of those, and I think that's the way it's actually pronounced. I know people get upset about like, oh, you're pronouncing it wrong. Like, shit, fucking whatever. And so Saudi Arabia, UAE, Egypt, Brazil, China, Japan, Qatar, and many nations lease Sudanese farmland to grow food for export. Famine, children starved in their own lands while foreign-owned farms ship food abroad. Sudan led largest oil exports in Africa. Little alliteration there. Western powers couldn't control it, so backed civil wars and pushed 2011 secession of South Sudan, along with 75% of the oil. Now both governments lease infrastructure to foreign nations while importing their fuel. Billions in oil, zero energy sovereignty. Kenana? I don't know if that's how it's pronounced. Sugar Company is the largest single refinery of white sugar in the world. Sudan also led largest livestock exports in Africa and Arab world, but most exports move through informal routes. Smuggling bypass state systems. War keeps borders weak and regulation broken. Perfect conditions for extraction without accountability. Sudan's refugee crisis benefits everyone. Neighbor countries receive millions in donor funds for refugee camps. Europe signs mining deals and funds border policing in Sudan to stop migration. Humanitarian aid becomes economy. The international community needs Sudan weak but stable through aid to control. Egypt backs Sudanese armed forces to protect colonial Nile control, prevent Sudanese independence, expand regional influence. Sudan becomes a buffer, not a partner. African elites benefit too. Sudan hosted Nelson Mandela, Malcolm X, Nkrumah, Nair, I don't know how to pronounce that. Trained freedom fighters fought global anti-colonialism today. African governments exploit Sudan's refugees, block migration, and sign trade deals while the nation burns. Oh, this is a mega threat. African Union suspended Sudan but refused to sanction UAE and countries involved. No military intervention, no peacekeeping, no condemnation of foreign interference, because a people-led Sudan threatens every authoritarian regime on the continent. Nations built multi-billion-dollar tourism industries on Sudan history. With 200 plus pyramids, Sudan holds the densest concentration of ancient sites in the world. Did not know that. Learn a lot of shit. Jesus Christ. Like, also, I know one thing that I've learned. Not so recently, but like in my adult life, is how Africa is a fucking huge continent. And if you look at a map, you would think, I don't have a map, I don't know what I was looking at. You would think it was the smallest continent, or not as large as some of the other continents. But Africa is the fucking largest. I think it's the largest continent. I don't know. Maybe Asia is the largest continent, but Africa is fucking huge. So anyway, nations built multi-billion-dollar tourism industries on Sudan history, ancient sites in the world, yet looted artifacts sit in European museums. Its heritage funds Egypt's $13.6 billion tourism economy, and Ethiopia rebrands Kushite legacy as its own for Nile geopolitics. Meanwhile, Sudanese sites are looted, bombed, and drowned by dam projects. So yes, Arab and African regimes are complicit in smuggling networks, arms deals, resource theft, land grabs, strategic silence. Sudan is not forgotten. It's being managed while its people are starved, displaced, and erased. And it makes sense why people don't want, why the people are the people in charge. The people who are profiting off of that don't want you to know about it. Because if you know about it, you'd be like, what the fuck is that? Or like most people, if you know about it, you just like, oh, it doesn't affect me. By doing that voice, I'm not implying that everyone is Joe from the Beer Patrol. That is a fate far worse. I was just kidding. That was a joke. I put a joke in here. Maybe someone will see it. It looks like I have one watcher, one viewer right now. Freeing Sudan means confronting the entire system. Arab-backed war economies. Egypt, Ethiopia, Nile control. African Union complicity. Western corporate extraction. A colonial system still intact. This isn't a civil war. It's a global structure of profit and control. A sovereign Sudan would break dependence, challenge borders, and shift global power. That's why it's kept fragmented, because a united Sudan threatens everything this global system is built on. That was long. All right, I'm going to put this down for a minute because that was a long one. And it was a lot of reading. So my throat hurts a little bit from reading. And I'm already at almost 2 hours doing this, so we'll see. I want to go at least another hour, maybe. I have to pee, so I don't know. Maybe I'll see how long I can hold it. Shit. Another reason why I don't want to do this for too long is because it's because this thing has been piss and water all over my books. that I have on my bookshelf over here. And so, yeah. And then I can tell because it starts spraying water at me. A light mist. It feels good, but it's bad because it's inside. I don't think I can hold my pee. I have one viewer. I don't want to leave because I have one viewer. Unless that one viewer wants to hold down the fort while I go pee. Yeah. You let the other... If anyone else shows up, you let them know that I'll be right back. All right. Man, I do wish I had a little snack or something. Hold on. Katie is blowing up my phone right now. Okay. What do we want to talk about? You want to talk about beer stuff? I think it's really fucked up that no breweries have at least as far as I know of breweries that I love that I probably will never visit again because I don't care enough. Breweries that I visit now are just going to be convenient. Yeah, kind of like with because there were all the Black is Beautiful. There was the All Together that other half did. Weathered Souls did Black is Beautiful. Weathered Souls isn't a brewery anymore, which is kind of fucked up because everyone was like, "Oh, Black is Beautiful," and then the brewery that fucking started that had to close. And I know economy and fucking shit's expensive and tariffs and whatever the fuck. But you would think that breweries that are doing really well, who participated in Black is Beautiful, and maybe they did. I don't know. Obviously, I'm not up to date on all this shit, but it just seems weird to me. Katie wants to know what I'm talking about. and having to drink. And said that she would join if she had better service where she is. Because I don't think the show starts for another... I thought she said it started at 6, but it might start at 7. If you have recently joined, she's going to see she's seeing My Chemical Romance tonight with her sister. But yeah, it just fucking seems weird. Brave Noise. Oh, I threw away those cans because they fucking didn't care anymore. Brave Noise was a thing, Brave Noise was a thing that should have been bigger than it was. I think Black is Beautiful was only big because people wanted to be like, I'm white and I'm not racist. But then they're just like, oh yeah, we could brew a beer for that. That's fine. Oh, and that means we're not racist? Oh, okay, that's cool. And then they just go back to doing the fucking normal shit that is fucking whatever. I haven't even seen that many breweries talk about like ice and shit. So where the fuck are they? Fucking. I will say the one thing that the medication did help me with, which I took the last one. I take it at night. So the last one was 2 days ago. So I've been completely off it for like a day and a half, a little more than that. The one thing it did help me with I don't know why I did that. Ugh, probably because I had to burp and my body is just fucking. And I'm a little toasted already. What is that? I don't know. Probably because I could use a snack. But anyway. What was I saying? Talk about Brave Noise, Black is Beautiful, breweries. Not saying anything. Oh, because ice is inherently racist, and doing Black is Beautiful and not talking about that stuff is hypocritical. And everyone's doing it because they don't want to be like the bad guy. And fuck you, because when you don't do that, you make everybody who is talking about it the bad guy. Well, the bad guy. And it's fucking like it's just whatever. Oh, I was talking about the medication. The one thing the medication was doing was helping me not get overwhelmed by things, and because I'm going to be vulnerable here, because this is a safe space or whatever. YouTube is not a safe space. Get the fuck away from YouTube. But the one thing the medication was helping me with was not getting overwhelmed, and my anxiety / depression manifests as anger when I get overwhelmed like that. So it was helping me with that. So I'm trying not to get fucking mad about this shit, and I've been doing pretty okay. I've been doing pretty okay. Then again, I've only been off these meds for a day and a half or so we'll see. But yeah, it's fucking bad. Like it's like, I think it's a lot worse because I don't think a lot of people, and I'm not, this isn't me judging anybody because I had to learn this shit at some point. And so I'm just trying to pass on the information as best as I can, which I wish someone else would do because I am not good at this. I'm good at not talking. I'm not good at talking, but I'm also not good at articulating things in a way that people are more likely to absorb. So I kind of got everything against me. But yeah, like I'll name breweries. I don't give a fuck. Like Icarus Brewing, they had those like the American flags with the blue line. They had fucking those hanging up in their brewery. And then they took them down when the George Floyd thing happened. And then they did Black is Beautiful. So fuck Icarus. Even though they're one of the biggest breweries or most popular breweries in New Jersey, like Icarus Brewing can get fucked off the map. I'm not mad. I'm just excited. And that specifically makes me mad because Icarus was one of the last breweries I went to after or before lockdown, before quarantine. I think it was literally the last one. Or maybe it was I don't know. There's two situations in my head, and I don't know which one happened first. So there's a 50% chance that Icarus was the last brewery that I went to before lockdown. So that is super hypocritical. And then when they got called out on it, they were like, "Oh, we gave it to like the owner's grandpa or something." I don't know. Fucking. And I know I'm talking about shit that happened 5+ years ago. But it's important. It's important to know that people are fucking shitty and they won't tell you they're shitty. And you gotta watch for it. Cause it's like and like obviously I don't know like I don't know the people that work there, like the brewers and stuff. Like I don't know their politics. I don't know their fucking deal. But if they work at Icarus and they're aware of that stuff, they fucking suck too. It's like I'm not racist, but cops are doing a great job. Fuck you. Fuck you, buddy. Going to the bathroom gave me more energy or something. Came back invigorated. Let's see. There was a brewery, talk about Black is Beautiful. There was a brewery in Texas that did Black is Beautiful, and then they just kept the money that was supposed to be donated. So that happened. So I guess there were shittier breweries that also did Black is Beautiful. I know not a whole lot of breweries did the Brave Noise, which was about like fucking people getting sexually assaulted and shit at breweries. And there are a bunch of breweries that got called out. Finback was one of them. Yeah, Finback. Hill Farmstead was one of them. Sean Hill. The fuck is that? The fucking thing's dripping water and it's fucking making a noise. I got to stop making the noise though, so we're good. Like a bunch of people got called out on that, and it's probably why nobody did it, because there are too many breweries that have fucking people who have men, white men mostly, I think. Well, yeah, white men, who assault their employees, who sexually assault their employees. And by assault, I don't mean like literally like beat the shit out of. I just mean like grabbing someone is assault. And nobody wants to talk about this shit. I don't want to talk about this shit. I don't like talking about this shit. But not talking about this shit means that it happens. It continues to happen. Whatever. And it's funny because I've had some, and I still have a few more. Had some Hill Farmstead beers, and like the other day I opened one. I like some age on them, and I opened one that I like really enjoy. It wasn't like a one of their big fancy ones or anything like that. It was well, I'll tell you. It was Edith. It was their dark farmhouse ale, whatever they call it, farmstead ale. I love that beer. I love it. Enjoy it very much. And I just, because I think there is also like a dynamic that like you hold a brewery to a certain standard. And so like, I will say that I did have an errand after that happened, and it was very enjoyable. But the Edith just didn't like do it for me. And I had an aged Anna, and that didn't do it for me. And I had a couple other ones I drank that just didn't do it for me. And it's like, I used to enjoy these beers, and now I just can't. I just physically can't. Because I think in my mind, there is, and I know for other people put Hill Farmstead on a pedestal. And that is like the top of, they are the, what do they call it? King shit at Turd Mountain. And yeah. And then it rains. It turned to diarrhea. And you got nothing. Or whatever. I don't even know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I don't like, there's too many breweries that just did not get the backlash that they deserved after all those allegations came out. And yeah. And I mean, it's like anything. Maybe some of those breweries came out and were like free Palestine or whatever. And so now you have breweries that have people who assault or sexually assault or whatever the thing that happened. You have those people saying something that the people who aren't, I don't even, this is a hypothetical situation, but like you have these dynamics, and it's like, why are people so complicated? Why can't people just be good and not shitty? I don't know what I'm talking about. It's philosophical. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. My hair is gross, but I'm pulling it down because my head's getting itchy. Stop it. Stop it. You can tell it's gross because it's just like hanging around back there. I gotta wash it. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know if there was a larger point I was trying to get to, but I like and like there's a whole thing about like, oh, the beer community and whatever, and it's like, yeah, because nobody in the beer community actually stands for anything. Everyone in the beer community is like, oh, we're gonna do Black is Beautiful because we're not racist, but we're gonna fucking tell all our 20-year-old beer tenders that they're hot all the time and ask them out, even though we're fucking 45 years old. It's like, dude, first of all, you're married. Second of all, fucking stop. And then they wonder why the beer community is like, oh, breweries are closing because they can't afford or whatever. Yeah, good. Fuck the beer community. It's not a community. It's a fucking graveyard full of shallow graves. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. It is kind of impressive that this has been going on for almost 2.5 hours, and I haven't gone completely silent for that long. So this is good. And I know oh, here we go. We can all talk shit about, so beer community, we can talk shit about another demographic of people. So I've known like I've known and I've seen about I might have to take a break to take some of the Gas X. Getting a little gassy. Oh. I poured another beer. I was going to drink a seltzer. Non-alcoholic seltzer. Whatever, I'll have one after this, if I remember. So one thing that has been a fucking thorn in my side outside of the beer community is the vegan community. Katie and I are vegan. We are not like super strict vegans. Like I put honey in my tea, but I get honey from like places, and I tried to do local honey, except the real local honey guy is apparently a fucking douche, so I don't get honey from him anymore. But I buy honey that like supports, because bees are dying, pollinators are dying. So I always try to buy honey that is supporting pollinators and people who are keeping pollinators alive and not just shitty honey where they just like have a bunch of bees and then they kill them and take the honey and then get more bees and then they kill them and take the honey and like that kind of shit. So I don't feel bad about it at all because I know I am supporting people who are supporting pollinators. But vegans are apparently, not all of them, but I think it's mostly like the I can't remember if it's the people who think veganism is a lifestyle or if it's the people who are like veganism isn't a lifestyle, it's a fucking whatever. Can't remember. Or it could be both of those. I don't know. But like vegans don't care. Okay, so let me get to this post. Even Gaza's animals have not been spared from repeated displacement and hunger. Animals that once lived in a small zoo, fuck zoos, are now emaciated, exhausted, exhausted, and suffering from severe malnutrition, just like the people in the besieged strip. And people don't give a shit. They're just like, or vegans. Vegans don't give a shit. And that's, it's actually one of the reasons I stopped using Facebook, because the vegan group that I was in is just fucking insufferable. And then there were a couple other groups that I was in that were insufferable. Beer groups are kind of insufferable sometimes too. This is that's AI shit. If you're using AI, fuck you. Stop using AI. Oh yeah, Israel has killed a bunch of football players, soccer for the illiterate. And no one's talking about that. Literally, like this is talking about how FIFA, Israel bombed and killed Suleiman Obeid, I think, maybe, probably pronouncing that wrong. Israel killed in Gaza while seeking aid, and FIFA stayed silent on this. And then the aid sites that are literally just set up so that fucking U.S. mercenaries can fucking. There's literally U.S. mercenaries at these aid drops in Gaza. So, like, I don't know. I think I've said this a couple times, but you can be. There are lots of different ways you should be opposed to this. And though I personally am opposed to it in all the ways, you can be, if you need a reason to be opposed to this stuff, you can be opposed to it because you have to pay for private health care when you don't get private health care. But the taxes that you pay for Israeli healthcare that they don't have to pay for. You pay for their healthcare. You can be mad at that. You could be mad that your taxes go to fucking ICE You'd be mad at that. You can be mad that your taxes go to fucking murdering people for no reason. Well, maybe not no reason, but a reason that is not acceptable. And I'm sure there's others, but those are like the big ones that I personally am upset with, or upset because. Oh, you could be mad because pretty much almost every single dude. Can we talk about something fun? You want to talk about something fun? You want to talk about something fun? Oh, I had it was going between 2 and 3 viewers for a little bit, and now I have 0. All right. So we're going to talk about something fun now. So, you may have heard of this guy. You may have heard of these people. Let's play a game. Let's play a game. Let's play a little game. So, there's this guy named Bernie Sanders, and he was the second coming of progressive Jesus or whatever. And he's literally the reason I got into politics, Bernie Sanders. And until this day, and probably continuing, saying until this day makes it seem like he said it this day, but he did not. He refuses to call what Israel is doing to the Palestinians a genocide. But you know who is saying what Israel is doing is a genocide to Palestinians? Is a genocide? Marjorie Taylor Greene. Marjorie Taylor Greene is to the left of Bernie Sanders on Israel. That's fucked up. Fucking fucked up world. Fucking stupid. Fucking. I don't know. Did I ever show you this? So, this is a soul coughing logo. Soul coughing. They're cool. And I got this because they have at least unreleased. They have a song called 212, which is an area code in New York, which they were based out of. And Britney's birthday was February 12th, so 212. And so when I got this, I was like, I don't want it to be just like a tattoo for Britney. I want it to kind of be like, I really like this logo. So I was like, oh, I'll do the soul coughing logo. I'll do Britney's middle name, Noelle, and I'll do 212. So that's what that's about. I know I showed this one earlier. This is a TV with a bomb on it, and it says Dooms, and it says Day over there. See, doing it this way, if I had my laptop, it would be a lot easier to show you my leg tattoos, but I don't, so I'm not going to. Also, one contained nudity, so I don't want to get in trouble with StreamYard or anything like that. Let me see if anyone literally. I want to see how hands off everyone is on this. So, okay. So nobody responded in any sort of way when I posted this group in the beer channel. Yeah, I'm on the other one. Okay. Beer channel thing, except for Thomas, and said he would have loved to join, but he's in Germany. So would have loved to have you, Thomas. And I'm sorry that you're in Germany. Well, I'm not sorry that you're in Germany. Well, maybe I'm sorry that you're in Germany. I don't know. I can only assume what circumstances you are in Germany for. So, all right. I think I'll go for a few more minutes and then jump off here. Maybe I'll come back later. My throat's starting to hurt a little bit because I'm drinking beer, which is not good, and talking a lot is also not good. But yeah, this is good. This is a good exercise. I enjoyed this. Maybe I'll do a quick scroll and see if there's anything worth talking about. Worth talking about. All right, so this one's a fun one for everyone. Oh God. Oh. Elon Musk is now officially worth $405.6 billion, projected to become the world's first trillionaire by 2027. A million seconds is 12 days. A billion seconds is 32 years. And a trillion seconds is almost 32,000 years. If you still believe time is money, you're mistaken. This kind of money is about extraction and exploitation. Yes. I do enjoy a good meme. I don't know what this is from, but I'm laughing at it and you don't know what it is. So, let's see. Caitlin Johnson. Let's read this thing from Caitlin Johnson because I do enjoy the things that she posts. I hate all genocide supporters equally, regardless of their religion. Your religion is like your dreams, completely uninteresting to me. If you support an active genocide, you are a bad person who deserves to be shunned and reviled, regardless of what your religion happens to be. It's so wild how Jewish people will just stride confidently into public discourse about Gaza while strongly emphasizing their Jewishness, as though their support for genocide is somehow special and different from any other asshole's support for genocide. Wanting to starve civilians and mass murder children makes you a piece of shit, whether you are Jewish, Mormon, or Buddhist. Nobody cares what religious belief systems you happen to hold in your head while you advocate massacring civilians. They care about the fact that you advocate massacre. Nobody cares what religious belief systems you you happen to hold in your head while you advocate massacring civilians. They care about the fact that you advocate massacring civilians. Yeah. Okay. I get it now. Being Jewish doesn't give you some kind of magical immunity from being held to basic moral standards and being judged by society for supporting a mass atrocity. It's got nothing to do with anything. Yes. I'm going to share it. I'm sharing it. I'm sharing it right now. And like, also, like, not supporting, let's see, not supporting stuff like this, like Palestine. I know people like more people talk about like ICE and whatever, because it's closer to home, which is not cool, but also like I understand, whatever. What was I going to say? I forgot what I was going to say. I pulled my hair back and I was like, and then it pulled all the thoughts out of my head. I think it was probably just a reiteration of stuff I said before. But what was I going to say? Oh, I was going to say the fact that you don't, I said you, the fact that people, maybe you, if you watch this, maybe you, the fact that people don't talk about this shit is why it's worse. Obama for 8 years, for 2 terms, and Biden for his term, they funded ICE. ICE is supposed to be some like, oh, Republican fucking fascist thing. Obama for 2 terms funded ICE. Biden funded ICE. And it's these liberal fucking dickheads. I'm getting a little angry. I'm sorry. I'm also a little toasty. So calm down. Got a little excited there, but I'm okay. Like I don't know. People want to think they're on the right side of things, but then they like literally won't. Oh, here's a fun one. I've seen this before, so let me just. This is probably a closing out. So hold on, let me see. A testimony from Georgette, a Congolese woman who laid on the floor, beaten and burned for 2 days around the corpses of her killed family. She was raped by rebels from Rwanda and was left to live with scars, physical and mental, that no human should ever carry. So let me read the words that she said. When they came and attacked us, they killed all 7 of my children and husband. They came and grabbed me and cut my body up. They poured hot water on me and burned me. Then they all raped me. After 2 days, I was still lying on the floor with all the corpses of my family around me. And yeah, so fucking. If you don't talk about this shit, you support stuff like that. Not talking about it is supporting it. Remember, you. I don't know. I'm just fucking. Oh, hard times always Hard times always hitting with the hard stuff. I lived fast but didn't die young. Now what? Okay. I got to get off because I saw some things that I just don't care about. And I just need to get off for a little bit. Need to decompress from talking about shit. It's been almost 3 hours. Maybe I'll come back a little later, do a little live stream, something. I don't know. I don't think anybody really cares about this stuff, but I do. So I'm going to talk about it and whatever. And if you don't care about it, fuck you. I don't care. I do care. I do care. I do care. But I do care in the sense that you should go fuck yourself and fucking fuck off and die, maybe, if you don't care. But, yeah. Remember, bad things are happening because you aren't doing anything about it. And that's the general you. Or maybe it's the specific you. If you're watching this, you. So, yeah. Thanks for hanging out. Until Palestine is free. Until Palestine is free. And Congo. Was it the Democratic Republic of Congo? I don't know what the whole thing is. It's the DRC. Democratic Republic of Congo, I think. I don't know. And Sudan. Until everyone is free.